It was the National Assembly House chairperson who brought the matter to light in a programming committee.
Even though the police portfolio committee went to KZN in Gauteng, there was no oversight work done in KZN. That committee abandoned their program and sat in a 5.5-hour meeting in KZN. So all these areas that members are referring to, Phoenix and this and that committee wasn't there. And I'm waiting for an explanation as to why all these members traveled from across the country to KZN, slept over in a hotel, and then they sit in a meeting for 5.5 hours without implementing the oversight visit program. So they haven't done work in KZN.
But opposition party MPs say it was Joemat-Pettersson who did not stick to the agenda. They say the visit was not well planned. It was also too short for them to conduct proper oversight. MPs say a meeting planned with the SAPS and the SANDF on the ground in hotspot areas ended up being open for other stakeholders to ask questions. This, they say, was not part of the plan.
The chairperson deviated from the agenda. She allowed other speakers and questions never planned for, with the result that time constraints made it impossible to visit the affected areas after the meeting. Committee members from all political parties present had to rush for the airport to catch their flights to Gauteng. In retrospect, it is clear that not enough time was allowed for this meeting. I therefore find it regrettable that the committee members are blamed now for this obvious lack of proper planning and time management on the part of the chairperson. This visit was not a fruitless exercise. Serious questions were asked, shortcomings were identified, and answers and actions demanded from those responsible.
The chairperson was in charge of that meeting on the 20th. The police committee chairperson. The meeting took long than expected, and then there were other members that were allowed to talk in the meeting, like the metros, the provincial legislatures that were allowed to be involved in the meeting. I think that was the reason why the meeting took long, and that was the responsibility of the chairperson.
It was necessary that the members received a thorough briefing from the police as well as the Defence Force, but because of the fact that the Committee of Defence was also present, the question and answer session was extended and there was not enough time to visit the community. The mere fact that the police community was there gives a signal to the community that they are important, and I am of the opinion that there should be a follow-up to the community.
The plan was also for MPs to visit areas such as Phoenix and Inanda to speak to communities. But the long distances they needed to travel and rushing for their flights to Gauteng made this part of the trip impossible. MPs agree a follow-up visit is needed. Questions sent to Joemat-Pettersson went unanswered. Abra Barbia, SABC News, Parliament.